2019 to present. Further activity in 72 seasons. In an interview with Australian magazine The Music's official podcast in March 2019, Trujillo said that Metallica had begun jamming on new material for its next studio album. I'm excited about the next record because I believe it will also be a culmination of the two previous records and another journey. There's no shortage of original ideas. That's the beauty of being in this band. He estimated that the album would be released a lot sooner than the previous two did. This time around I think we'll be able to jump on it a lot quicker and jump in the studio and start working. We've all vowed to get this one going sooner than later. In an interview with Australian magazine Mixdown the following month, Hammett said that the band had tentative plans to enter the studio after the conclusion of its worldwide tour. He stated, "We're in our third year since Hardwired. Maybe we can get a bit more focus and go into the studio a bit sooner." After not contributing any writing to Hardwired, to Self-Destruct, Hammett said regarding his ideas for the new album, "I have a ton of material. I've overcompensated, so I'm ready to go anytime." In March 2019, Metallica announced that its worldwide tour would continue into Australia and New Zealand in October with Slipknot in support. Later that month, the band announced that it would perform at the grand opening of San Francisco's new Chase Center with the San Francisco Symphony in September to celebrate the 20-year anniversary of S&M. The commemorative shows, titled S&M 2, were screened in more than 3,000 theaters worldwide on October 9. The event featured arrangements from the original S&M concerts as well as new arrangements for songs recorded since then and a cover of the Alexander Masolov piece Iron Foundry, and were conducted by Edwin Outwater and San Francisco Symphony music director Michael Tilson Thomas. S&M 2 went on to earn $5.5 million at the box office, making it the biggest global rock event cinema release of all time. A second screening was later announced for October 30 as a result. In August 2020, the band announced that they would release the S&M 2 performances as an album, DVD and box set. In July 2019, Metallica announced a set of South American tour dates for April 2020 with Greta Van Fleet in support. In September, ahead of that year's Global Citizen Festival, it was announced that Metallica would perform at the following year's festival in September 2020 alongside artists such as Billie Eilish, Miley Cyrus and Coldplay. In what would be the final event of Global Poverty Project's year-long global goal, Live, the Possible Dream campaign. The following day, on September 27, Metallica announced that Hetfield had re-entered a rehabilitation program and that its Australia, New Zealand tour would be postponed. In a statement by Ulrich, Hammett and Trujillo, the band spoke of the devastation of the news, saying that Hetfield had been struggling with addiction on and off for many years, and that all tickets would be fully refunded. Ulrich later added that Hetfield was in the process of healing himself, and that the band hoped to return to Australia and New Zealand in 2020. The band's other commitments, including a benefit concert in March 2020, were still expected to continue as planned. A further 5 U.S. festival appearances were announced in October. These shows were later postponed or cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic and to support Hetfield's recovery. In March 2020, the band began a series on YouTube and Facebook called #Metallica Mondays, where they streamed full archived shows every Monday to relieve boredom while staying home and social distancing amid the pandemic. In May 2020, while in quarantine, Metallica performed a virtual acoustic version of Blackened, titled Blackened 2020, which was later made available for download. In an interview with Mark Benioff in April 2020, Ulrich stated that Metallica could work on its next studio album while in quarantine. Trujillo told the Vinyl Guide in June that the band was excited about cultivating new ideas for its new album. "We communicate every week, which is really great. So we have our connection intact. What we've started doing is basically just really concentrating on our home studios and being creative from our homes and navigating through ideas and building on new ideas. And that's where we're at right now." He also said that the band was working towards eventually entering a studio to record the album. On August 10, 2020, Metallica played a show at Gundlach Bundschuh Winery in Sonoma, California, which was only attended by a few crew members. And it was recorded and played for drive-in movies across the US and Canada on August 29. In May 2021, the band announced that they would do one more #Metallica Mondays on May 24 to benefit their All Within My Hands Foundation. The concert dates to September 6, 2018, in Lincoln, Nebraska. On Labor Day, September 6, 2021, the band's All Within My Hands Foundation raised $377,450. Metallica teamed up with workwear brand Carhartt on the initiative, with the clothing brand donating all of their sales proceeds on the holiday to the band's Metallica Scholars Initiative, which provides opportunities to people interested in pursuing essential workforce jobs. On November 28, 2022, the band released the single, Lux Eterna. On January 19, 2023, Metallica released the second single titled, Screaming Suicide. On March 1, 2023, Metallica released the third single titled, If Darkness Had a Sun. On March 30, 2023, Metallica released a music video for the album's title track, 72 Seasons. The band released their 11th studio album 72 Seasons on April 14, 2023.